Are businesses leaving China? Well, right now, China's leader, President Xi Jinping, is in San Francisco, attending the APEC summit and meeting with President Joe Biden. The spotlight this week is on a dinner with Chinese President Xi Jinping, where business leaders are reportedly paying up to $40,000 for a table of 8 at the banquet during President Xi's first visit to the U.S. in over 6 years for the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Summit. The attraction is the chance to assess President Xi's stance, marking his initial presence on American soil during the Biden presidency. Anticipated attendees from the American business sector include notable figures such as Jane Fraser of Citigroup, Darren Woods of ExxonMobil, Satya Nadella of Microsoft, and billionaire CEO Elon Musk of Tesla and SpaceX. Returning to the initial question, are businesses truly leaving China? If businesses were truly departing from China, what's the reason behind these influential figures eagerly seeking meetings with Xi Jinping? The sole motivation? To further extend their business operations within China. While it's acknowledged that China's economy is slowing down post-pandemic, a similar global trend is observed. Many businesses are diversifying their operations beyond China, establishing factories and operational hubs in regions like Southeast Asia. Nevertheless, China remains their primary operational hub. In this video, we explore the reasons behind businesses maintaining their presence in China despite prevailing challenges. Before we proceed, remember to subscribe to our channel for insightful updates on events unfolding across Asia. Now let's delve into the intricate relationship between businesses and China. It is impossible to decouple from China. Decoupling from China is deemed impossible, given the country's expansive market, economic resilience, and crucial role in the global economy and supply chains. This sentiment is echoed by multinationals and industry experts who view any attempt at decoupling as disastrous. Take, for instance, Tesla's thriving success in China. The U.S. automaker's Shanghai Gigafactory achieved a significant milestone in mid-August, reaching the production of its 1 millionth vehicle. In June, Tesla delivered a record-breaking 77,938 vehicles in China, marking a remarkable 77% year-on-year increase. With China contributing to over half of global electric vehicle sales last year, there's no rationale for the world's leading EV company to relinquish its position in this flourishing market. Tesla stands as one among over 1 million international companies currently operating in China, and rather than disengaging, the majority are strengthening ties with their Chinese partners. If your definition of decoupling is foreign companies either leaving China outright, or at least significantly decreasing their footprints and diversifying investments out of China, then that certainly is not happening. Jacob Gunter, a senior analyst at the Mercator Institute for China Studies in Berlin, was quoted by Bloomberg as saying, "In reality, the prevailing trend across numerous industries is quite the opposite. Take, for example, Audi commencing the construction of its inaugural electric vehicle plant in China in early July. Additionally, Airbus SE secured one of its most substantial orders, exceeding $37 billion from 4 Chinese airlines. Meanwhile, in Guangzhou, the host city of the China Import and Export Fair, major multinationals such as LG, Zeus, AstraZeneca, Panasonic, and Mars Wrigley have initiated new projects or expanded production lines. A March report from the American Chamber of Commerce in South China revealed that over 70% of evaluated U.S. companies are planning reinvestments in China for 2022. Comparing the first half of 2022 to the previous year, investments from the European Union into China also witnessed a 15% increase. Beyond mere investments, experts emphasize that China, ranking among the top 3 trading partners for over 120 countries and regions worldwide, including the United States, the EU, and Japan, holds an irreplaceable position in global trade and supply chains. Over the years, China has cultivated a comprehensive and efficient manufacturing ecosystem that at present is unparalleled by any other nation. Consequently, achieving complete decoupling from China is deemed impossible. While businesses are not abandoning China, strategic diversification from the country is recognized as a smart business approach. China's pivotal role in the global supply chain. China plays a crucial role in the interconnected web of the global supply chain. For multinational corporations, China's highly skilled workforce, expansive supplier network, and rapidly expanding domestic markets have consistently attracted manufacturers. Consequently, intricate and closely woven supply networks now intricately link China to the rest of the world. China stands out as the sole country encompassing all industrial categories in the United Nations Industrial Classification, providing businesses with easy access to a diverse range of goods. Additionally, China boasts the largest network of high-speed rail and expressways in terms of mileage, facilitating the efficient transportation of products. This advantage in supply chain and infrastructure has emerged as a key factor, prompting foreign companies to relocate to China, especially when global supply chains faced significant disruptions due to the aggressive implementation of infection control measures during the pandemic. A few years ago, Vietnam emerged as a favored destination for Samsung, Apple, and Google suppliers. However, the vast factories in the region, operated by industrial giants like Samsung, have experienced a substantial slowdown in production. Approximately 45,000 electronics workers are now unemployed, and those still employed are grappling with reduced hours and pay. Beyond economic challenges, power blackouts in northern Vietnam have adversely affected multinational manufacturing hubs, including those of Foxconn and Samsung. Furthermore, the U.S. chipmaker Intel has postponed a planned investment in Vietnam, dealing a significant blow to the country's ambitions to establish itself in the global semiconductor supply chain. This underscores that while businesses may consider diversifying from China, completely severing ties with the country proves to be a detrimental move for their operations. China has one of the largest consumer markets. Over the past decade, China's market allure has significantly broadened, captivating global companies eager to cater to the shifting demands of Chinese consumers. According to data from the Brookings Institution, China is poised to maintain its position as the top consumer market of this decade, surpassing both India and the United States. In terms of sheer size, boasting an impressive 899 million people, China continues to hold the title for the most populous consumer class in any country. Projections indicate that this trend is likely to persist for the next 2 decades. Notably, China's consumer class is predominantly urban, with 4 out of every 5 consumers residing in cities. In contrast, India's consumer class is more widely dispersed, with only approximately half residing in urban areas. China's urban-centric consumer class is concentrated in major cities, with an estimated 553 million people expected to live in cities with populations exceeding 1 million by 2030. In comparison, India is projected to have 290 million people in large cities by the same year. These figures underscore that, despite India's growth in consumer numbers, reaching this new consumer base may pose greater challenges compared to China's more concentrated and accessible urban consumer landscape. Consider Starbucks as a case in point. In the third quarter of its 2023 fiscal year, Starbucks witnessed a remarkable 51% growth in China revenue, reaching $821.9 million compared to the previous year. Starbucks CEO Laxman Narasimhan has reiterated the company's ambitious goal of opening nearly 2,800 stores in China within less than 2 years. This strategic move comes in response to intensifying competition in the resurgent post-pandemic market. Moreover, China stands as the world's fastest-growing major economy. Currently the second-largest global economy, China is poised to ascend to the top spot by 2030. In 2018, China contributed to over a quarter of the global GDP, and this proportion is expected to be replicated in 2019. Highlighting the growing influence of the Chinese business sector, Chinese companies now dominate with 129 entries in the Fortune Global 500 list. Notably, this surpasses the 121 Fortune Global 500 firms headquartered in the United States, marking the first instance in history where a nation other than the US leads this prestigious list. After decades of US consumers predominantly purchasing affordable Chinese-manufactured goods in large volumes, the landscape is evolving. Chinese consumers are now increasingly acquiring high-quality US products, solidifying China's position as a pivotal export market. China to remain an attractive market to foreign companies. In the World Bank's Doing Business ranking, China's position experienced a significant climb, advancing from 78th place in 2017 to 31st in 2019. This propelled China beyond France and secured its position among the top 10 global economies with the most rapid pace of business environment reforms for 2 consecutive years. The 2023 White Paper on the Business Environment in China, released by the American Chamber of Commerce in South China, reinforces this trend. The paper highlights that China remains the most preferred destination for corporate investment, with over 90% of surveyed companies identifying China as one of their foremost investment priorities. To sum up, contrary to reports in the mainstream Western media, the majority of businesses are not leaving China. Rather, they are exploring avenues for diversification spurred by ongoing sanctions and escalating tensions between the United States and China. Do you believe businesses are facing challenges in China? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you find this content engaging, don't forget to hit the like button to show your support. Most importantly, subscribe to our channel for more intriguing videos like this in the future.